Hi guys, my name is Jody, and I love sharing encouragement and positivity and just trying to make your day a little bit better. And why is that? Why do I go outside my box and get myself out there on social media? About 10 years ago, this wasn't me. I was I was kind of a timid guy. I wasn't big on social media, and one day I was just thinking, how can I encourage others? How can I bring some positivity and try to make someone's day a little bit better? And thought about it, and so the podcast idea came about. It came over a coffee shop idea I had, and I'm like, oh, cool, let's get a coffee shop going. Let's call it Chit and Chat. I mean, what do you do over coffee? You chit and you chat about life, about you've been through, what you've gone through, and but at that time there were quite a few coffee shops popping up, and so I didn't think that was the best viable option. A bunch of money to get a coffee shop, so I brought that to a podcast platform called Chit and Chat, encouraging one another. And I based that off 1 Thessalonians 5:11, which says, encourage one another and lift each other up. So, over the years, I have seen and heard and been able to talk to a lot of people and gotten their story of how throughout their life they were encouraged and they faced hard situations and hardships. And I've seen how powerful words and actions can be a reminder that, it's okay to stumble. It's okay that you're going through these different challenges. And so I just try and podcast and promote and share short snippets, verses, quotes, whatever I can to try to bring you some encouragement. We're all going through stuff. We've all gone through stuff, right? And that's why I really enjoy trying to encourage others. And I love sharing positivity and hearing people's stories and stories of resilience, stories of faith, stories on where God found them in some difficult situations in life. Because I believe everyone has a story. And those stories aren't just for us. They're meant to be shared with others, right? So when you open up about the lessons we've learned in life, and through the good times and the bad, we give someone else that courage to keep going. We remind them that they are not alone in their battles. They are not alone in things they're going through. So my mission is simple: to help others wherever I can, whatever they're facing, by offering encouragement and by reaching out to people to have on my show. I've had amazing people, and quite frankly, I am not afraid to ask anybody. I probably asked over 1,000 people in the 5 years, and I've gotten about 200 responses, 300 responses, and some that I've reached out to yet or reconnected with yet. But a lot of folks want me back on the show and catch up and share their story. I've had Jessica Cox on, inspirational speaker who has no arms. She uses everything with her feet. She drives. She flies an airplane with her feet. It's incredible hearing her story. I talked to Susan Bennett, the original voice of Siri. I'm still pinching myself. That was so cool talking to her. And another one that I'm still shell shocked I had on, Catherine Mary Stewart. She was on The Last Starfighter last weekend at Bernie's, an incredible actor. Actually, back in the 80s when I saw her on My Last Starfighter. I've had a lot of musicians and comedians on, sharing their story, sharing songs that were inspirational to them, and musicians and people who encouraged them. Joel Gibson Jr., for example, local artist here in Kitsap County. His wife really encouraged him to step out of his box and get out there. And man, he is just opening for amazing artists, country music artists all over the world, the United States. And he is this incredible guy, and he sings from the heart. And so this is a plethora of people I've had on my show. I've had some very hard interviews with people. My cousin lost her 1-year-old son. My best friend, Michael and Michelle Moore, from my youth group back in Camden, Arkansas. Their son passed away on a run at 16 years old. Those are probably two of the most difficult interviews I had to do. But you know what? They are now helping people, sharing their story, what they've been through, what they've gone through. Mike and Michelle had families over who have lost children at young ages, and a bereavement group, and helping them. We all have stories. So by me sharing them on my podcast and my platforms, I just want to try and encourage somebody somewhere. So if you're going through something, been through something, or you got through some tough times, reach out to me. Let's have a conversation and possibly by getting you on and hearing your story. And you never know, the story, the stuff you went through may impact someone who's going through the exact same thing right this very second. I was shy and timid back in the days. I'm 55 years old now. If someone says, nope, don't want to be on, I move on. If someone reaches out to me and says, you know what, story you shared was powerful. That interview you did was helpful in my situation. Or that quote or Bible verse I share, and someone says that I need that today. That's what it's all about. Encouraging one another and lifting each other up. Now, who do I encourage? Who do I try to encourage? I've always tried to encourage someone somewhere. If you're in the East Coast, West Coast, North or South, or the other side of the world, by seeing this, I hope I can encourage you. I've had the opportunity to interview musicians from Australia, from Poland, New York, Nashville, Atlanta, all over the place. And hearing their story, it's pretty inspirational to me. It still amazes me that people want to come on my podcast, the Chit and Chat Encouraging One Another podcast. I'm just a little guy in a small town in Washington State. I'm honored to hear their story. I'm honored to share their story. Let's encourage one another today. Who can you encourage? Friends, family, coworkers, the neighbor on the street, the person making your coffee, the person checking you out at the grocery store. Everyone needs some encouragement. Because encouragement just isn't for random people. It's for everybody. Everyone could use some encouragement today. Now, as we draw closer to Thanksgiving, be thankful for how many blessings God's given us. Be thankful for the roof over your head, the running cars and the refrigerators and your children and your jobs. You might not like your job, but your job gives you the ability to pay the bills. My goal one day is to do this podcast full time. I'm not sure how, I'm not sure when, but God knows. God knows. I believe I have a heart for people and hearing their story and sharing encouragement. I do the best I can to move forward with a dream that's been in my heart. And I believe I can encourage the world with your help. We can all share encouragement with each other. A positive word, an action, opening the door for someone, saying hello, good morning. Those can make someone's day, someone's week, someone's year. Have a great day, and as always, encourage one another and lift each other up. God bless.